north of Morocco, because this is where mainly most of the cities were, and here was just desert, and nobody really messed with the area, so you had your Bedouin tribes down there in the south, and here we have Carthage. We all know about the legendary General Hannibal, and I probably will do a video on Hannibal soon. He's one of my favorite generals. For many reasons. I think his tactics was just impeccable. Tripoli, so yeah, is modern day Libya. And then we have Egypt. We went through Egypt in the last video. Egypt has always been like a money-making center. Not now, of course, but in history, it's always been a rich country due to many things actually. And Alexandria, the port city, which is named after Alexander the Great. Now, this area of Rome is highlighted, but I'm not too sure if they went this far, so I'm gonna leave it blank and I'll have to double check. So we have now, this would have been the Roman Empire, and this would have been the Sassanid Empire, and before all of this, Islam, the Muslims were really just in this vicinity here, which is like modern day Saudi Arabia. Now, with the General Khalid bin Walid, he actually managed to fend off both the Sassanids and the Romans, and he took Syria as well, and he is also one of the best generals to have ever existed in history. Some people say the best, and I understand why. Now, I'm not gonna, well, I might do a tier list of all my personal favorites in the future, but a bit of time left till that. So here we come down to Mecca, Medina, the two holy cities of the religion of Islam, and a bit of land here. So this is the furthest point. Herat, Balkh, and Kabul, this would have been. This is like near Iran and Afghanistan area. Iran produced many scholars at the time. Yeah, opposed to now really. Now they're in a huge situation, but they've always been. Since the beginning of history, you had the Persian Empire, then the Sassanids, and the Safavids, which we'll cover in another video. But, yeah, they've probably been the longest lasting. This is the legendary Strait of Hormuz here, where Iran is actually holding all the transport boats Damascus, and this was the capital of the Umayyad Empire. A brilliantly architecture-based city. I really hope it flourishes again. I would definitely love to visit Kufa. And here we have like Constantinople, which interesting fact.